The Boston Celtics are now 0-2. Oh my goodness, against the Miami Heat heading to South Beach. It just seemed like at one point they had it going good. They were going to Jason Tatum as they should. I didn't see enough from Jaylen Brown, but let me tell
No,
you, as the game got going, when Grant Williams got all up in Jimmy Butler's face, that's when I knew it was over for them.
he got up under their skin. That Jimmy Butler, if Boston do not figure out how to maneuver past Jimmy Butler in the fourth quarter, they can forget it'll be bye bye Boston in four if they don't mess around.
Hmm.
If they don't mess around, they have to figure out how to close out the game. And that's something that Boston struggled with all season. So here we are in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals, and they can't close out the two games they need to close out at their home court. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, though, when you look at it, I mean, Al Horford is playing a ton of minutes, but I mean, I don't know. Should an adjustment be made there because he's not giving that good production? He might be good on defense, but at this point, they really need somebody to get in there and control Bam along with RW3 because Bam is just going off. He's having a phenomenal series.
Yeah, you know what? Something about the rim protection is really weak with the Boston Celtics. Now, I like Robert Williams III. I really do like him when he's protecting the paint and managing the boards. I like that. It's just not enough, right, against this team. And something about Boston's defense is not. It's just not strong enough. I don't know what it is. They at in the fourth quarter for game one and game two, they just seem like they're out of control. They're
Hmm.
playing desperate, not like they really control the game. And they should be at a stage now. We're talking about repeat at this point. They're running it back again, and they can't figure that out. And I think it has a lot to do with the coaching. I just really do. I hate to say that, but I think the
Yeah.
coaching change from 2022 to 2023 is the biggest difference between the Boston Celtics. And we're seeing that take place this series.
Yes, it has to be the coaching because
Hmm.
even in the post game conferences, I just don't see the same type of fire in Coach Missoula that Coach
Yeah.
Ime Udoka had. And then a lot of times when you face adversity like the Boston Celtics have, right, being down 0-2 in this
Mhm.
series, you look to your coach for that extra affirmation, like we got a plan. Like, give me some confidence in this game plan that you have us running.
When I saw the one for game after game two yesterday, and I looked at Coach Missoula, I was like, he looks defeated. He looked
Hmm.
defeated to me, and he's talking to the press. And I'm saying to myself, that ain't gonna work. Is that what he's bringing to the locker room? He just looked like he
Yeah.
was defeated. He was disgusted. And he could have just been upset with the way they played, perhaps. But he didn't exude confidence that I anticipate. Like when other teams lose, at least the coach comes to the uh, to the podium with some confidence. I don't know. I didn't
Hmm.
feel that way when I watched him do the press conference, and that concerned me.
Oh, it's very concerning. And now, Boston Celtics, they have to go on the road to South Beach, where Miami has not lost a game in the playoffs yet. We're talking about the number 8 seed playing
Yeah,
this well in the playoffs. And the Boston Celtics are scratching and clawing just to win one game.
one
And
game.
it's going to be so tough for them. But I really believe they can get game 3 in Miami.
I hope so. I hope so on their behalf. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they need to plan for their role players. Boston Celtics need to get ready because for some reason Caleb Martin went all the way off, and they weren't ready for him. I don't know if they had, and Boston Celtics have a deep bench. Is he not utilizing the talent? I-
Yeah, not
Hmm.
only is he not utilizing the talent, he's also not utilizing his timeouts, as you mentioned.
Oh, I can't
I
stand it.
mean,
I
he
can't
he
stand
has
it.
to be tactical with when he calls a timeout. Like when things are going haywire as they have, that's
Mm-hmm.
when you call a timeout, Coach
Yep.
Missoula. And then I
Yep.
also don't think the Boston Celtics are ready for Duncan Robinson because he has been up and down all of the season and also in the playoffs, but then he come in and drop 15. Like, how do you prepare for that?
You don't. You don't, right? However, you may not have to because he's so inconsistent. But Caleb
Mhm.
Martin does put up a little something every time he comes off the bench. So they should be preparing for that. But see, that's what I'm saying. Boston Celtics have the talent on their roster to be able to match that. Why are we not seeing it? What
Yeah.
is it? It has to be stemming from the coaching staff because it can't be their talent. I, they're just not aggressive enough. You allow Jimmy Butler, maybe Jimmy Butler saying to you guys on social media before before the series we begin, I'm thirsty. Got to put it in their
Hmm.
skin because he came ready for them. And then when the camera pans to Jimmy Butler on the bench, he's calculating. Don't you see it in his face?
Yes.
I'm just like,
Yes.
yeah, they not ready. I want them to be ready.
Mhm.
Boston Celtics have come this far again, and looks as though they are going to go home in four. That's what it feels like to me. And I know that can't be possible.
I know, but you know what? Funny thing with Grant Williams, though. I mean, kudos to him for making it a very like physical game against
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. Like he's their best chance at trying to contain Jimmy, and Jimmy still went off. But they were up by 7 points, I believe, with 6 minutes left in the game, and I'm like, okay, the Celtics looking pretty good, but again, no lead is safe with the Miami Heat. In fact,
No.
that ignited Jimmy Butler and Bam to go off. I mean, Gabe Vincent came in, hit some crucial shots.
Yep.
I mean, it's just they are so talented and so deep. And to be honest with you, I know I didn't see this during the regular season. And being the eighth seed, going this deep into the playoffs, I mean, it's just impressive. And I got to tip my hat to Coach Eric Spoelstra, how he has those guys ready to play every game.
Yeah, but it's two things. It's Eric Spoelstra, and then it is the genius, I'm going to call it that, of Jimmy Butler being able to not only rally his will, but also the will of his team. That has something to do with it. Who is that person for Boston? Is it Jason Tatum? Is it him? He doesn't give me
I,
the same. Uh, Jimmy Butler has something special. I don't even know how to even peg it, but he has this drive that just you can't help but get on board for. Look, I want to suit up and go
mhm.
help. That's kind of how I feel. I don't feel that same way. Boston is missing something, and it's displaying itself in this series. Something is missing, and I can't
Yes,
figure it out.
even without Jimmy Butler, Udonis Haslam can give you that grit and grind, even though he never steps foot on the court.
Yeah,
The Boston Celtics don't have it. Maybe it was supposed to be Al Horford. I was thinking maybe Marcus Smart. He's their emotional leader, right? He's their
yeah,
guy for that, but I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe they're all just.
I don't
It
know.
could be that. I don't know. I don't know either. Really.
I don't know. I don't know, but they need whatever that is. They need to figure it out, and if they need to trade for it for next season, that's what they need to do because there's something missing. And to your point, Marcus Smart does seem a little laxed
Uh huh.
than he has been in previous series, and especially what he did when the year he won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't see that right now. Is he injured? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just
No.
trying to figure out, where that is
Hmm.
because usually he would have been the one in Jimmy's face, but he's not. Like I don't
Right,
know.
right. We
I don't
can't
know.
let Jalen Brown off the hook either.
No,
He's
Jalen
Jalen
Brown has
Brown.
not
We
shown
can't
up.
let him off the hook.
Nope.
No, no.
No. They haven't figured it out. Boston Celtics and the Heat has. That's just what it is. I mean, anytime you come back two games in a row in the fourth quarter, that is a problem. That means that your Boston Celtics, your game plan cannot withstand four quarters. It's only good for three.
Hmm.
It's not
And
enough.
sometimes too.
And
Yeah.
sometimes two. Yeah, I'm just Al Horford with his 2 points, 4 rebounds. Is he too small? What is it?
It can't
Jalen
be. I
Brown,
don't
I'm gonna
know.
need you to give me 25 minimum. The 16 ain't enough. Sorry,
Hmm.
sorry. And Malcolm Brogdon, uh, is maybe he should be more aggressive. Maybe they need to put
Hmm.
Derek. What is it? I'm gonna tell you, though, Jalen Brown is one of the pieces that's really missing. That 16 points ain't enough, buddy.
No, it's not enough. Not when you're
Buddy,
all NBA. No.
right, right. Minimum 25, minimum. And he
Hmm.
can't even give us that. Mhm.
Yeah, and if he had have shown up, they probably would have grabbed game number two. But I think he'll play good on the road. because Boston media is eating him up right now. I mean, I have some friends in Boston and they're really keying in on Jaylen Brown and his lack of production. It's just, hey, this is what happens when you're all NBA and when you're up for a $250 million contract. You got to show up in these moments.
Yes. Yes, yes. I know they're regular season awards. I get it. But if you're in the playoffs, we expect it to actually outshine itself then. And it hasn't been able, and whatever his skill is, hasn't been able to do that. So that's a problem. That's a problem. We talk
Yeah.
about, it's no different than MVP, right? Oh, MVP is a regular season award. But if you make it to the playoffs, we want to see MVP status all up and through the playoffs. And
Right.
we're not even watching the MVP this season. So don't do that. So yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So
imagine.
Miami Heat goes up
Mm,
2-0, heading home to South Beach. And I know, that crowd is going to be smoking hot for game 3. Because really, if the Celtics go down 0-3,
it's a
this
wrap.
is a wrap.
Oh,
It's
it's over.
over.
It's over.
My God. So what's going on tonight?
So tonight we got game 3 of the Denver Nuggets and Lakers series. And the game will be at the Lakers Crypto.com arena. So, and the Nuggets are up 2-0 right now on the Lakers. And let's see how game 3 unfolds. I anticipate a Lakers win in game 3. And I anticipate that not only will they win game 3, but this will be the crowning of the Western Conference champions. Game 3.
Oh,
Watch. Oh,
no,
watch.
don't say
Oh,
that. Don't
oh,
say
oh, watch.
that.
Watch. Watch. If they win game 3, they would have won the conference.
Oh, my goodness.
Although the
Well,
series will be 2-1.
right. Okay. Now I've thought about it. Okay, Lakers win game 3, but then the
Mhm.
Nuggets will win game 4. That's my prediction because AD is set for a big game tonight. We
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
To me, he's the best player on the court for
Yeah.
the Lakers.
Yes. Yes. And he's on schedule. Yes.
Yes, up, down, up, down.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
that's what I think too. So, what are some of the things that you're looking for outside of the referees?
Oh, joining that Laker party. Okay, so
Absolutely.
I anticipate that D'Lo will have a more more influential game because the last 2 games, his plus minus when he's on the court is just abysmal for the Lakers. So I think that this will probably be a turnaround game for D'Lo, where he can, feel like he is actually adding value to the Lakers roster. I do believe that LeBron James will find himself. I don't think he'll take as many threes. I don't care. He shouldn't take one, in my opinion, but I don't think he's going to take as many threes. And he probably will find himself going downhill more and just go ahead and getting the layup in the foul because they're going to give him the foul in crypto.com. So just go and get the foul while you're there. I
Yeah.
do anticipate that. I think this is going to be a really better game, maybe for Lonnie Walker as well. I can see him coming off the bench, giving some type of spark to the Lakers offense because in the past 2 games, this series, he hasn't really been able to contribute too much. So that's what I anticipate. I just anticipate this game being more about being in LA, them Lakers being at home, putting on the showcase that everybody wants to see and that everybody's been pretty much giving them the blueprint print for. So I believe that's what this will be.
Okay. Now I think Coach Ham would dust off Beasley. Beasley has been ineffective
Mm.
in the playoffs. I really think because they've been struggling from the perimeter.
Mhm.
Aside from Austin Reeves and Rui might get you one too. I
Mhm.
just think they could really use the help of Beasley. I mean, I
Okay.
mean, what else? What else? You traded away Russell Westbrook for this guy.
Yeah.
Plus others, and you're not even using him. To
Yeah.
me, that's just poor coaching. Like, install confidence in your players. And
Right.
Coach Ham just seems to be running AD and LeBron 40 plus minutes every single game. I also think Austin Reeves will continue his wonderful stretch. I mean, ain't no way
Mhm.
around it. Austin Reeves has been playing great.
Right. Right. From
Yep.
the
Yeah.
from the Nuggets end though, I hope this is one of the games where Aaron Gordon gets back his sniper ability because one series he couldn't miss. And I want that
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon to show up in this game 3. I think that would be a disruptor to whatever the Lakers are putting together because right now he hasn't really been playing at his top, I believe. So
Yeah.
hopefully Aaron Gordon will have a better game in game 3. along with Joker doing what Joker going or Nikola Jokic is going to do what Nikola Jokic is going to do because that's what he's going to do. And then Jamal Murray still having a decent game, but I'm hoping to see more of Aaron Gordon this particular game 3.
Oh, yes, that would be really nice because oh, he stunk up the place in
Yeah.
game 2.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did. Yeah. Yeah. So
looking
he's
for
due for
KCP.
one. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
looking for KCP. The return to Los Angeles, and looking for him to show out a little bit. He didn't play well in game 2. They didn't allow him to. Right? They gave him so
Right.
many fouls. Him and Michael Porter Jr. So looking for them to get really hot from the perimeter. Jamal Murray, it would be so nice if he can carry on what he basically started in the fourth quarter of game number 2, which was fantastic. Looking for him to continue that as well. And then of course, Joker gonna do what he do. Just like you said, hey, ain't no
Don't
way
do
nobody can
it.
guard.
You
Nobody
know
can
what?
guard Joker.
Whether it's um it's so unassuming. So it's gonna happen anyway. You're gonna watch him play the game. He's gonna do his craftiness. He's gonna pass amazingly. Then you're gonna look at the box score and you're gonna say, when did he do that? When did that
Right.
all that? How did he get all that? So yeah, I'm not really worried. Joker's gonna do that. AD is probably gonna be dominant, but I think that if Aaron Gordon can have a game and then Jamal Murray does his fourth quarter heroics, the Nuggets could come out of this game victorious. And if the Lakers
Oh.
go down 3-0, oh my goodness.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible. But wouldn't it be nice to see more of Reggie Jackson, especially because
Yes.
he's gonna be playing in LA tonight? If Coach Malone can get him off the bench. But the thing is, Jamal Murray has been playing so good. That's your guy. How do you put in
Mhm.
Reggie Jackson?
And you're not gonna you won't put in Reggie Jackson before you put in Bruce Brown. That's what you won't do.
Right,
Oh,
right.
I mean, unless Bruce Brown starts to stink up the joint, I don't see Reggie Jackson stepping foot on this court tonight. I don't see it because if you think about Jamal Murray and then you bring in Bruce Brown, Reggie Jackson hasn't really played for the Nuggets all season. I don't see them inserting him in that role. I mean, he may get
Uh-huh.
2 minutes, but it ain't gonna be as many minutes as Bruce Brown is gonna capture. Trust,
And it shouldn't.
and it
But
should.
funny thing is Reggie Jackson, Thomas Bryant, and KCP will all be making their return to LA. Only really
Mhm.
one of those three players is making an impact, and that's KCP. Thomas Bryant, his whole thing of going to the Nuggets was so that he can get more playing time. But how? Behind Jokic? What? Ow, that was a bad decision because he was getting more runs with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah. You not. And then who do they put in? I don't. Who do they put in when Joker sit down? Who they put in? Because it ain't him.
No.
Who they normally
Who
put
they
in?
go
They
with?
go small.
They must.
He's not out of the game long enough for me to even for the person that they put in to even make an impact. Because I can't even remember who it is. Wow.
Right.
Wow. 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 So anyway, sorry, sir.